good afternoon, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because for every subscriber I get a new subscriber and I also read a page from a book of my choice. So, in today's video, I am going to be reviewing Saga Volume 3. I reviewed the second one a couple of days ago. This one is by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. I rated this one 4 out of 5 stars and it has about 144 pages, I believe. So I thought of this one as brilliant. It was fantastic. I think it might have even been slightly better than Volume 2. So far they just keep getting better. And my first thought was that it's quite a shame that Marco's mom can't seem to catch a break, but then again, the others don't seem to be able to without plenty of violence either, so we have so many characters coming together trying to destroy each other or to protect each other, and there is this consistent contrast between love and hate, protecting family, destroying family to protect them or to give them an easier death, those sorts of thoughts which are toyed around with quite well, in my opinion. And it seems to me that Vaughan over here is trying to become the George R.R. Martin of the graphic novel industry with the series. So, if you don't know already, Saga is filled with a lot of character deaths, especially the prominent ones, and they're either close calls, so they're not necessarily killed off, but they're disabled, or I say disabled here because there are androids in the story, or they are brought very close to being killed. I'm not being insensitive at all, just to make that clear. And some of the deaths are also happen too soon, and they're only there to stir up more drama and incite further hatred. So from now on, there will be a couple of spoilers, but they will not ruin the fun of reading the story regardless. I don't think I'd be able to do that. It's such a fun series, and the illustrations do so much work as well that regardless of the spoilers, you'll still be able to enjoy the story. But never burn down a library in your writing if you don't want me to hate your guts. And to add insult to injury, Vaughan really wanted to rub that salt into the wound. He also killed the author, the Oswald Heist, of the graphic novel, the author of the book, which is read throughout the graphic novel. He decided to kill him off, and he is quite prominent to the story. He's the reason why um, Alana and Marco were protected from Prince Robot IV. And yeah, he was just killed off for no particular reason, and that really bothered me. And his library was completely burned down, but it was then said that it's absolutely fine because that is what he would have wanted as an author, to be scattered among the remains of his own writing. So one thing that was rather intriguing was how this volume didn't take off where the previous one finished. So if you remember from my previous video, I mentioned that volume 2 ended on a very good cliffhanger. This one didn't necessarily end on a cliffhanger, I wouldn't say so, but this one didn't take off where the previous one finished and started much beforehand and led up to how our favorite robot found Heist, the author, and eventually had his motherboard fried or something to that degree. So, thanks to Marco's mother, Prince Robot IV is no longer a threat to my knowledge, although he might make a comeback and become even more dangerous. So, after all, I think it is his wife who is having a child, so yeah, he will definitely have much more character development. And it is also pretty iconic how the previous volume ended on a cliffhanger, and in this one we had Marco push his wife and daughter off a cliff. And yeah, of course, this didn't end the way you might think it did. It was all very positive rather, and it worked to their advantage. And it goes to show that Marco truly believes in his wife, his lover Alana, and it was a beautiful moment, even though quite funny to throw your wife and child off a cliff. But anyway, I think that the Will is also a character who definitely deserves much better. I think he was done very dirty, considering that he is a hired killer and he has a lot of potential as a fantastic character, even though he is after Marco and Alana, much like everybody else is, since they're not on the same team, and that is what is causing so much trouble. And there are also two journalists who are also homosexuals, I believe, though it doesn't really matter much to the story, but it's a different aspect which we don't see much of. Um, they deserve much worse, in my opinion, because they're not doing a lot to help end the war, and I'm glad they were finally forced to shut up about Marco and Alana. They weren't killed off, but rather they were poisoned, and if they do say anything about Marco and Alana, whatever they might know, if they decide to write about it or say anything about it, their brains will explode, apparently. So, yeah, anyway, that is all I have to say about Saga Volume 3 by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This one is a fantastic cover, by the way. There is also this character on the cover called Slave Girl, who I believe will have a lot of um, character development later on. I mean, she already got a name. She was rescued from a horrible camp where kids are used for prostitution, apparently. So, yeah, there are several themes which are for adults, I suppose, very mature themes. So, yeah, that is all I have to say about this. I look forward to reading Volume 4, and I think I will be buying the rest because I am a huge fan of this series, and it is one of the very best, one of the most immersive graphic novels I've ever read. So, yeah, thank you for watching. So, there is one last thing I wanted to share with you about my saga journey before absolutely completing this video. So, I have two Funko Pops. I have Funko Pop number 9 from the Saga series for Prince Robot IV, and he looks very cool even though the TV is switched off. This is what the back looks like. There are the rest of the collectibles. I actually found these on Facebook Marketplace and they were sold to me for a very good price. And I think these are the only ones I have where comics are concerned. As you can see, they are the Pop comics. Then I have Lying Cat as well, number 11. And the back is exactly the same as the one for Prince Robot IV. And yeah, I thought it would be very cool to share these with you now that I know more about the story and now that I understand these characters' worth even more. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do anything you can to promote the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye guys.